From Romania and Turkey, 10 NATO fighters scrambled into the dark moon. Their mission was simple: identify and neutralize a new, unknown threat. A directed energy weapon aircraft, codenamed Operation Red Falcon. But what those 10 elite pilots didn't know was that they were flying straight into a battle that would never officially be recorded. In the final, frantic years of the 1980s, as the Cold War was supposedly thawing, Soviet engineers were secretly perfecting a terrifying new weapon. This wasn't a jet that fired missiles or bullets. No, this was far more advanced. It was designed to emit a high-frequency electromagnetic pulse, a silent, invisible wave of energy powerful enough to instantly short-circuit enemy systems, sever all communication, and completely blind their radars. The project was revolutionary, a potential game-changer. But it was also dangerously unstable. As the Soviet Union teetered on the brink of collapse, a handful of desperate scientists, fearing their life's work would be lost to history and budget cuts, decided to conduct one last, unauthorized test. From a hidden airbase near Sevastopol, a prototype was secretly launched into the skies over the Black Sea. Its codename was Red Falcon. Almost immediately, NATO radar operators in the region saw something that made their blood run cold. An unknown aircraft signature appeared high above the Black Sea, moving at speeds beyond any known parameters. It was a ghost on their screens, blinking on and off the radar, appearing, disappearing, then reappearing miles away from its last known position. This wasn't normal. This was something else entirely. Within minutes, the order was given. 10 NATO fighters, a mix of F-16s and Phantoms, scrambled from bases in Romania and Turkey. Their initial objective was to identify the mysterious object and escort it out of restricted airspace. The pilots, veterans of countless Cold War standoffs, were calm, professional, and ready for anything. Or so they thought. As the formation closed to within 20 miles of the target, it happened. A silent, invisible pulse washed over them. Instantly, all communication links failed. Every pilot was cut off from their wingmen, from their commanders, from the world. In the chaos, ground control's frantic shouts echoed in their helmets, distorted by static. Stay on target. Repeat, stay on target. But it was already too late. They were alone in the dark. What happened next would be scrubbed from all official records, a ghost story told only in hushed whispers among intelligence circles. The tight NATO formation broke apart, each pilot isolated in their own bubble of silence. The lead pilot, call sign Eagle 1, remained ice cool, his voice steady as he gave the only order he could. Maintain visual lock. No one fires without confirmation. And then, a sudden blinding red flash illuminated the entire sky. Every screen in their cockpits turned brilliant white. One pilot screamed over the emergency channel, "Eagle 4 lost visuals, I'm blind!" His voice was swallowed by a roar of static. Silence. Then pure chaos erupted. Missiles flared through the night, their smoke trails twisting like angry serpents across the clouds. The pilots, their advanced targeting systems fried, switched to manual gun sights, firing from every possible angle at the Phantom in the dark. But the unknown aircraft, it moved as if the laws of physics simply didn't apply. It executed an impossible vertical climb, shooting straight up into the stratosphere. It performed a barrel roll that defied gravity and aerodynamic principles. Then, in one terrifying instant, its piercing red beam lanced out and disabled 3 NATO jets at once, their engines sputtering, their controls dead. On the ground, the radar screens at NATO command went dark. The link was gone. Out of the 10 fighters sent to intercept, only one pilot remained fully operational, his jet miraculously spared from the worst of the energy pulses. Later, in a classified debriefing, he would become known only as the last eyewitness. His testimony was chilling, fragmented, the words of a man who had seen the impossible. The sky went red for 3 seconds, he recounted, his voice trembling. And then, everything just stopped. He described how the unknown aircraft, the Red Falcon, hovered motionless over the center of the Black Sea, an ominous silhouette against the star-filled sky. And then, a final blinding flash of light, brighter than the sun. And just like that, it vanished. It was gone from the sky, gone from the radar. There was no crash site, no debris field, no wreckage to recover. There was nothing. Nothing, except for a perfect, circular scorch mark, left floating on the surface of the sea, as if something incredibly hot had fallen, or perhaps had descended beneath the waves. Officially, Operation Red Falcon never happened. If you search for it in any military archive, you'll find nothing. No reports, no records, no after-action reviews, just a wall of silence. But the families of the 10 pilots who flew that night have never stopped asking questions. They still wonder about the strange weather patterns reported in the area, the inexplicable radar glitches that plagued the region for weeks, and the heavily encrypted messages that bounced between military outposts on that fateful night. If the mission had ever been declassified, history might have recorded a different end to the Cold War. It might have said, the last battle of the Cold War wasn't fought on land or with nuclear threats. It was fought in the clouds, in a silent, shadowy war above the Black Sea. Some intelligence analysts claim the Red Falcon was simply a failed Soviet experiment, a prototype that malfunctioned and self-destructed, taking the NATO squadron with it. A tragic but explainable accident. But others believe something far more unsettling. They believe the aircraft didn't crash. They believe it worked perfectly, and that the technology was so advanced, so paradigm-shifting, that it was immediately hidden away inside a black project that, officially, doesn't exist at all. That night, over the dark waters of the Black Sea, the Cold War fought its final, secret battle. A battle that no radar ever recorded, that no government ever acknowledged, but that one surviving pilot would never, ever forget. They tell us the Cold War ended with the fall of a wall. But perhaps it ended with a flash of red light in the sky, a final, terrifying demonstration of power that remains a secret to this day. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy diving into history's greatest mysteries, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss our next investigation. See you next time.